Crickcraft blocked me on Twitter, Roblox just responded to the drama and everyone's mad, and some more huge Roblox news and drama today. The news is jam-packed today, I recommend watching to the end, and I'm not even just saying that, but also please subscribe and let's get into it. Let's start though with a huge update coming to Roblox soon. So I feel like most of us can agree that right now, the report feature on Roblox is kinda useless. Like it works some of the time, but the one big thing they need is like an ability to add proof. Because I can just say anything about anyone and there's not really like proof to back it up, until now. They finally released a feature for us to add pictures and like proof to reports. How it works is it takes a screenshot of like your screen and you can select the parts that you're reporting. So for example, let's say you're reporting a user with like an inappropriate t-shirt. It'll take a screenshot of your entire screen, but then you can just select like that person's avatar to focus on just that, so they know what they're talking about. Overall, at face value, a very good update and a very good step in the right direction. However, with it being Roblox, there is some issues with this. There's two big ones that come to mind for me. The first one being that this update is really good, but it also relies a lot on Roblox moderation, which as we already know by now, is not that good. This update is going to be literally useless if Roblox moderation doesn't like look at it properly. And right now in the current state of Roblox, moderation is just awful and doesn't really work well at all. So the update is really good and the feature is really good, but it relies heavily on Roblox's moderation team, which isn't good. So I really hope that this is going to be like used properly. But then to counteract that, if I remember correctly, when this feature was announced, they said that it's going to be like a different department of moderation, meaning that hopefully this update will work good. But then the other issue with this, which isn't really Roblox's fault, is people can get framed by this. We've already seen with voice chat how people get framed and banned. And I feel like with this, if people find like a way to abuse it, they can falsely get people reported. Which like I said, Roblox can't really do much about it, and it kind of just depends on the players to be honest. But with that all being said, this feature actually looks really good for once, and it's a really rare Roblox W in my opinion. If what they said is true and it's actually like a separate like area moderation, this is incredible, I can't even lie. And also this update is slowly rolling out for some people. I know some people have it, some people said they don't have it. But anyways, let's get into a more regular Roblox fashion of them taking L's. So a few days ago it was revealed that Roblox is working on new avatars, default avatars, and all we saw was like the basic template. We didn't really see how they will be used. And for the most part, people actually seem to like this. Most people thought they didn't look that bad and the character is actually pretty decent, at least the base plate of it. But today, well, it kinda all got ruined, because the avatar we saw was just like it without anything on it. But now with stuff on it, it looks like 10 times worse. This right here is an example of some of the variants, and as we can see, it looks kinda weird. And also with this post, they added that there's more Arthro, like more realistic type versions with this too. Like it doesn't even look that bad, like on its own, but for Roblox, it just doesn't match the vibe in my opinion. Like on the left, I feel like that's like a staple classic Roblox avatar, but then on the right, it looks like a copy of Roblox. Like it literally looks like an off-brand Roblox, someone trying to replicate Roblox. If you showed me that blind, I would have said it's like some off-brand Roblox. I wouldn't say it's Roblox right away. And it's usually the problem with these more like realistic and weirder looking avatars. But I mean, this is the future of Roblox, and as we can see, they're moving to a more realistic approach to this. Overall, like the default template for this look fine, but the avatars with actual like stuff on it and like when they're fully done is just really weird. Let me know what you guys think about this though, because I know some people like it, but most people are hating on this, and most people think it's like the worst direction for Roblox to go to. And also not to mention that this tweet is kind of going viral. It has over 1 million views on Twitter, over 10,000 likes, and it's just going like pretty viral in the community. But anyways, next we have a huge story, and there's so much like layers to this. I actually recommend watching this section to the end. I'm not even just saying that. Okay, so to start, we have to rewind a little bit. A few days ago, as you've probably seen, Roblox took down a bunch of iconic free faces, like the man face, the chill face, the winning smile. Almost every like iconic and good face, Roblox just took it down randomly. And everyone obviously hated this, but it got worse when we found out why they did this. They announced they're doing this because they're updating all of them to be dynamic faces, which if you don't know are faces that replicate your IRL movements, like your IRL face movements. So if I open my mouth, my Roblox character opens their mouth. I don't know why I use that example specifically. And all this works with a webcam, and Roblox actually wants people to set up webcams to use these faces. And if you don't want to use a webcam and your account's under 13, you can use like emotes or whatever. So overall, just really stupid. They basically just ruined every single iconic and good face on the platform for a pretty useless update that no one really wants. Now obviously, when this was announced, it caused like a dumpster fire because everyone was freaking out and everyone was really mad at Roblox. Because like I said, they basically just ruined every face. And their vision for this is kind of stupid. Like most people don't want to set up a webcam for Roblox just to like replicate their IRL movements. For a few reasons. Like privacy mainly, like no one wants a webcam for privacy reasons, like why force people to use a webcam, but also like why in the first place, it's kind of useless. Like who cares if my Roblox character is like smiling or whatever. And also everyone's mad because they're forcing this onto people. If this was like a separate option and they release these faces separately, that would be completely fine, because the feature is kind of cool if it's like a separate thing. Now like I said, with all that being said and with all this anger, Roblox was kind of forced to respond because they're pushed against the wall. And they released a huge response and they kind of responded to everyone's questions, so I'm going to break that all down right now. Okay, starting with the big question of why. And the reason for all this is probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. They said they took all of them off sale because they want to empower people to express themselves fully, which makes no sense if you think about it, because with this update, they're letting people express themselves less. With a bunch of face options, we can express ourselves even more. Taking away options and forcing us to do something that we don't want to do is not helping us express ourselves more, it's doing the opposite. And Kriegaf shared the same thoughts on this. He put out a whole Twitter video responding to all this because it was pretty crazy. I'll show a clip of it now just to show how mad he actually was at this.
So we're gonna remove any ability that you had to choose ways to express yourself. What?
And I agree with what Krieg's saying. This update overall is just so stupid, and it seems so useless. The next question was, are they getting rid of blocky avatars, which they said no, and they always say no to stuff like this. But obviously they're not getting rid of blocky avatars forever, but they're not using them anymore. They're forcing people to use Arthro in a sense. As I just showed previously, the default avatar is going to be kind of Arthro-y, and all their promotions and whatever, they always use Arthro avatars. I feel like they never mentioned blocky avatars ever before, or use them anytime recently. And also, obviously that creates a problem with avatar customization, which she addressed here, saying that it might affect avatar customization with some items. And they said that you basically have to wait, they're not going to do anything about it for a little bit, and they're going to work on making sure it works in the future. Now here's where it gets way worse. They recently uploaded a lot of these new heads to the avatar marketplace, and keep in mind these new heads are updated versions of current heads or current faces, and they don't look too good. Kriegaf shared some examples, and well, I'll just show you. This is how the winning spiral looks normally and then as a dynamic head, and as we can see it's almost completely different. Now it is important to mention that do not buy these heads if you already have the original face. If you have the original face, they're going to automatically update it to you and give it to you, which is kind of good news, but they ruined all your faces. But anyways, moving to our last story of Kriegaf blocking me on Twitter. So it's making up to a surprise to a lot of you, because as you may know, I used to work for Kriegaf. Me and Kriegaf made videos together. I've been in a lot of his videos and whatever. So why would Kriegaf block me? Well, because I asked him to. So he put a history of a list, and he said if anyone disagrees, he'll block them. And I responded kind of jokingly saying, just block me so I can use it as clickbait for a video. Which, sorry if I did that for this video. Let's be real guys, it was a good title. And he responded saying okay, and then blocked me right away. Now the funny thing is, he didn't unblock me right away. I'm recording this video 9 hours after, and he still didn't unblock me. So I don't know if I'm ever gonna get unblocked, but it's kind of funny. It was worth a meme, I don't know. But the story actually goes a bit deeper, because I put out a tweet making a joke about this saying good riddance. And a lot of people actually are really mad at me because they thought I was making fun of Kriegaf and being disrespectful towards him. Which I don't blame them. At face value, this does look maybe a little bit mean, because Kriegaf essentially did give me this entire career. I don't think I would be here without Kriegaf, because all those clips and stuff did generate me a lot of subs and views to build up my channel. So a lot of people are getting mad at me for kind of betraying Kriegaf and being really mean to him when it's all just a big joke and people don't really know what's going on. And with it all being said though, this is all just a big joke. Kriegaf blocked me because I literally asked him to block me, and I DM'd him on Discord afterwards and he's just joking around. I still am blocked though. I don't know if he's gonna ever unblock me. Maybe I'll ask him to unblock me, I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. But yeah, I thought it'd be a little funny meme, and I also want to clear up because people were actually getting mad at me for this. But it's all just a big joke. Me and Kriegaf are still cool. I literally DM'd him about this, talking about him. And if you enjoyed though, check out this free rolls, give back a lot of people free Robux, so make sure to check if you have free Robux available. See you in the next one.